Good morning, my Storytime friends. Hello, how are you out there? Good morning. It's Lynn or Miss Lynn, whichever one works for me. Good morning. And where am I? I'm in the Prairie Public Library, coming to you right from the Storytime room. Good morning. Oh, and hello, Matthew. I'm so glad to see you this morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. Hello. And good morning, Abby and Sophia. Hello, how are you today? Good morning. I'm glad to see you too. Good morning. Good morning, Teddy and Ellie. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, CJ. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, Natalie. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Good morning. Hello. Oh, good morning, Grayson. I'm glad you could be here. Good morning. Hello, how are you today? Good morning. Oh, good morning, Hannah. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Hello. Good morning, Allie. Hello, how are you today? Good morning. I'm glad you could be here. Hello, good morning. Oh, and good morning, Ophelia and Oliver. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Hello. And good morning, Everett. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Hello to you too, Aria. It's good to see you this morning. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. It's so good to see so many Storytime friends this morning. I love seeing you all on Tuesday morning. I know. Do you think it's going to be a less rainy day today? I hope so. Fingers crossed. It's not quite as rainy today. It was really rainy for a while yesterday, wasn't it? We got a lot of rain. Hopefully that helps us get us all ready, the plants all ready to grow really well next year, right? Oh, good morning, Theo. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Good morning. Hello. Well, you know what? Good morning, Lucas. Hello, how are you today? It's good to see you. Hello, good morning. I love seeing so many of my Storytime friends on Tuesday mornings. I'm so glad so many of you can join me for Storytime. It's so exciting to see so many of you. Good morning. I think we'll go ahead and get started with our Storytime song, and more friends can keep joining us, and I can keep saying good morning to more of you as we get started. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Let's get started with our Storytime song that gets us all ready. It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? No. First, you got to shake the wiggles out of my toes, out of my fingers, and out of my nose. Then I look around for my special place and sit right down with a great big smile on my face. Good smiles. I stick my legs out in front of me, or I cross them like a pretzel. 1, 2, 3. It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? No. Then I give a little giggle from down inside. I open my ears and my eyes so wide. I sit real still. You can't hear me because I'm as quiet as a mouse. I'm as quiet as can be. It's story time. It's story time. Are you ready for story time? Yes. All right, we're ready. Oh, and good morning, Colin and your husky. All right, it is rainy, isn't it? Okay, well, I'm glad you are here for story time today. Good morning. All right, well, I have a whole bunch of stories about something today. One thing that might be a little tricky. They're all about monsters. Do you think, could some monsters be friendly? Or are all monsters scary? What do you think? I think we're going to find out. Maybe some monsters are friendly. Maybe they're scary. Maybe they're friendly. I don't know. What do you think? Tell your grown-up if you think monsters might be friendly or if they're scary. Could they be friendly? Yeah, let's find out. Take down that banner, and I can keep saying hi to more kids as they come in, but I like taking that down just so everybody can see the books a little better. Our first story is about a monster that might be an animal. It's called Spike, the Mixed Up Monster by Susan Hood and Melissa Sweet. Read, and all our books today are published by Simon & Schuster, actually. Read with permission. This book has some Spanish words in it that we'll learn. Spike was a monster, or so he thought. Slithery tail, spiky crown, stumpy teeth. See, I'm a monster, all right. Spike spent hours practicing his monster moves. He'd swish that tail, shake those spikes, and bare those teeth. Can you bare your teeth? He'd splish, splash, splatter, and splutter. There was just one little problem. Spike was no bigger than a lily pad, so no one was afraid of Spike. "Aw, my funny little fish face," quacked El Pato. Spike shook his spikes. "Ah, amigo," said El Armadillo, "you're cuter than a bug's behind." Spike swished his tail. "Ay, caramba, you're almost as adorable as I am," said El Campagnol. Spike bared his teeth. "He has such a sweet smile," everyone agreed. Spike's crown of spikes drooped, and he sank beneath the water, settling into the scum at the bottom of the lake. "I'm a horrible monster," he thought. "A no good, horrible monster." Early one misty morning, a traveler appeared by the lake. A monster. A real monster. A Gila monster. He wore a black mask and flicked a black tongue. Here was a monster as tough as they come. One look and the animals knew what to do. "El monstro!" quacked El Pato. "Flap and fly, flap and fly!" "El monstro!" cried El Armadillo. "Dig and hide, dig and hide!" "El monstro!" said El Campagnol. "Run inside, run inside!" Only Spike was left to face El Monstro. He knew what to do. His monster moves. He shook his spikes, bared his teeth, and swooshed his tail. He splished, splashed, splattered, and spluttered. El Monstro didn't make a move. He didn't make a sound. He stopped and stared. "Did I scare you?" asked Spike. "Scare me? No," El Monstro laughed. "It's just that no one has ever smiled at me before." "Oh," said Spike. His crown of spikes drooped as he dropped back down into the water. "Wait!" cried El Monstro. "Wait, amigo, I need your help. I was headed for my cousin's fiesta, but I took a siesta. So now I am lost. Everyone runs away from me, so I have no one to ask for help." "Well, I can help you," said Spike. And he flashed his fellow monster a big friendly monster grin as he pointed out the correct path. "Gracias, amigo," said El Monstro, returning Spike's smile. "Amigo?" said Spike. "De nada, mi amigo. Adios." "Adios, amigo," said El Monstro. "See you next time." And he was on his way. Slowly, carefully, El Pato, El Armadillo, and El Campagnol crept out of their hiding places. "You saved us," quacked El Pato. "How did you do it?" asked El Armadillo. "How did you tame the monster?" asked El Campagnol. Spike just smiled, giving his monster grin. Is he really a monster? No. Do you know what kind of animal Spike is, though? Look, there's pictures at the end of what there really are. More about Spike and his amigos. Spike is an animal called an axolotl. Yeah. He's found in South America. Yeah, axolotl. And El Monstro is a Gila monster. And El Campagnol is a Mexican vole. Tato is a cinnamon teal duck. And El Armadillo is a 9-banded armadillo. And it tells you more about them. And it translates the Spanish words in the back too. Yeah. So I like that one. It's one of my favorites. Well, how about we talk about some other kinds of monsters, which you might think of when you actually think about monsters, with Mostly Monsterly by Tammi Sauer and Scott Magoon, published by Simon & Schuster and read with permission. Does she look more like a monster that you might think of when you think about monsters? But does she have flowers? Do monsters have flowers? Maybe some of them like flowers. She's mostly monsterly. Oh, there she is. On the outside, Bernadette was mostly monsterly. Pointy ears, huge eyes, fangs, claws, tail, 2 toes, creepy necklace. She lurched. She growled. She caused mayhem of all kinds. But underneath the fangs and fur, Bernadette had a deep, dark secret. Sometimes when she was all by herself, she liked to pick flowers and pet kittens and bake. For a monster, Bernadette was just a little too sweet. When it came time to go to school with the other monsters, Bernadette felt a teensy bit nervous. Oh, look at that monster school. It says, "Welcome, students." In Monster Moves class, everyone practiced lurching techniques, except Bernadette. "Group hug, everybody," said Bernadette. Well, that didn't go over so well. During Creepy Noises class, everyone worked on growling skills, except Bernadette. She burst into song. "Love me tender, love me true. I'm a monster who loves you." Someone ate her microphone. In an advanced Monster Mayhem class, everyone conquered castles, dismantled villages, and flattened cities. Except you know who. "Hey guys, look what I did!" It says, "Love you." The other monsters gaped. Clearly, this situation called for Bernadette's secret weapon. Treats! Bernadette's classmates crowded around her and smacked their lips. "Bug parts?" Bernadette shook her head. "Fried snail goo?" "Nope," said Bernadette. "Fish heads dipped in hot sauce?" "Even better." She lifted the lid. "Cupcakes with sprinkles!" "Gross!" The other monsters took one look, then huffed out to recess. Bernadette's tail drooped. She trudged to the window and watched her classmates on the playground. They stomped. They slobbered. They scared the leaves off the trees. "They're acting like total monsters," said Bernadette. Wait. A toothy grin spread across her face. "That's it." Bernadette went right to work. After recess, the monsters eyeballed their desks. Oh, what's on all their desks? Their surprises. "Ew," they grumbled. "Those cards are probably nice." Then they took a closer look. "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This clipping's from my pinky toe. Roses are red, violets are blue. In this card, I went, achoo. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here's a hacked up gift from me. Are those gross cards? Soon, everyone got in the spirit of things. As for Bernadette, group hug. She earned herself a gold star. Bernadette was mostly monsterly. She lurched, she growled, she caused mayhem of all kinds. But sometimes she was just Bernadette. And that was okay too. Bernadette. She's her own kind of monster, isn't she? It's good to know who you are and what kind of monster or person you might be. Well, you know, I've got some monsters over here that I want to introduce to you. Let's see if we can get them on the screen. There they are. I know. Do you see these monsters? What are they hiding under? Is that a bed? It is. You might have heard this rhyme before as monkeys jumping on a bed, but this one's about the monsters under the bed. Yeah. So show me your 5, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monsters. It goes like this. 5 little monsters underneath the bed. One stood up and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters underneath the bed." Oh, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little monsters underneath the bed. One stood up and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters underneath the bed." How many are left? 1, 2, 3. 3 little monsters underneath the bed. One stood up and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters underneath the bed." Put them on top of the bed. How many are left underneath the bed? 1, 2. 2 little monsters underneath the bed. One stood up and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, what did he say? "No more monsters underneath the bed." Oh, how many are left? 1. 1 little monster underneath the bed. He stood up and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, what did the doctor say? "No more monsters underneath the bed." Let's tuck him in right here. Oh, no more monsters underneath the bed. Let's tuck them under the covers instead. Oh, let's see if we can get our covers to stay up. There we go. Good night, little monsters. Now, let's all go to bed. Give yourself a round of applause for counting. Yeah. Good job counting down our monsters. You guys are such good counters. You know that? You're excellent, excellent counters. Now, I hope you are ready to get up and do a little boogie, because our next book is really a song by one of my favorite singers and authors, Laurie Berkner, illustrated by Clanton, published by Simon & Schuster. It's the Monster Boogie. I know. Do monsters dance? They do with Laurie Berkner. Are you ready? We're going to have to get up and dance with this one. Creak. Is there a monster going in? I'm the biggest monster that you've ever seen. My eyes are purple purple and my teeth are green. I'm big and scary, you know what I mean. And this is what I like to do. I do the monster boogie, the monster boogie, the monster boogie round the room. Oh, look at the kids watching. What are they going to do? Everybody does the, let's dance. Monster boogie, the monster boogie, the monster boogie. So can you. Is he going to dance too? Can you do your boogie? Yeah. 'Cause I'm the biggest monster that you've ever seen. My eyes are yellow and my teeth are green. I'm big and hairy, you know what I mean. And this is what I like to do. Oh, what does he do next? I do the monster wiggle, the monster wiggle, the monster wiggle round the room. Are they wiggling too? Can you wiggle? I do. Everybody does the monster wiggle, the monster wiggle, the monster wiggle. So can you. Did you get a big wiggle in? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And rah. Oh, let's do a big monster roar again. Rah. Oh, good job. I like Laurie Berkner's Monster Boogie. Good job. That leads us right into our last one, which is a little bit longer. It is about one of my all-time favorite characters. It's Creepy Pair of Underwear by Aaron Reynolds and Peter Brown, published by Simon & Schuster. This is Jasper Rabbit. You might have read a book about creepy carrots. Well, then he has creepy underwear afterwards. Oh. Jasper Rabbit needed new underwear. On Thursday, Mom took him to the underwear store and grabbed the last 3 packages of plain white. But as they headed for the checkout, Jasper spotted them. Creepy underwear! So creepy, so comfy. They were glorious. Mom, can we get these? Jasper pleaded. I think they're a little too creepy, said Mom. They're not creepy, they're cool, said Jasper. I'm not a little bunny anymore. I'm a big rabbit now. Mom agreed to buy 1 pair. That night, Jasper wore his cool new underwear to bed. Do you want me to leave the hallway light on? Asked Dad. Dad, I'm not a little bunny anymore, said Jasper. I'm a big rabbit now. His dad shut the door. And that's when Jasper noticed. The underwear glowed. A ghoulish, greenish glow. He closed his eyes. He pulled up the covers. He buried his face in the pillow. But it didn't help. He could still see that ghoulish, greenish glow. Jasper leaped out of bed and put on a pair of plain white. He stuffed the creepy underwear into the bottom of his laundry hamper. He finally fell asleep. But when he got up the next day, he was wearing the creepy underwear. Jasper threw them into the garbage can. He was still a big rabbit. He wasn't afraid of anything. But he was done with scary underwear. After school, Jasper was doing his homework when he heard it. A scratchy, scraping sound coming from his dresser. He opened the drawer and they were back, staring at him with that ghoulish, greenish glow. He snatched the creepy underwear out of the drawer. He grabbed a big envelope and some stamps. To China. Bye-bye, scary underwear, he said, dropping the package in the mailbox. When he opened the front door the next morning, there they were. And were those chopsticks? His creepy pair of underwear had somehow returned from China, and it had brought back souvenirs. Jasper grabbed his mom's good sewing scissors. She didn't like him using them, but this was an underwear emergency. This time, the creepy underwear were gone for good. At that time, he slowly opened his underwear drawer. Nothing, just plain white undies. He searched under his bed. He shook out his lampshades. Whew! There was no sign of creepy underwear. He went into the bathroom to comb his ears. They were back! What's the matter with you? His mom asked. You're so jittery lately. Nothing, he yelped. A grown rabbit couldn't be terrified of his underpants. He seized the underwear. He snagged the shovel from the garage and he rode. He didn't stop pedaling until he reached the Creek Hanger Hill. Jasper began to dig. He dug until his hole was dark and deep and 100% underwear proof. He dropped the underwear in. They gleamed from the bottom, that ghoulish, greenish glow. But not for long. When he got home, Jasper crept up to his dresser. They couldn't be in there. There was no way, right? He reached for the handle. He peeked in. Nothing. Just plain white. Jasper smiled and turned out the light. Oh, is it really dark? There was just one problem. It was really dark in there, even for a big rabbit. Jasper turned on the light. He looked at his non-glowy pair of plain white, and he knew what he had to do. The creepy pair of underwear were a little muddy, but they still filled the room with a gentle greenish glow. The next day, Jasper gathered his allowance money and went to the underwear store all by himself, just like a big rabbit. That night, Jasper wasn't scared at all. As he lay down to sleep, he smiled. And so did his underwear, because they had finally found someone who wasn't scared of creepy underwear. Is he using them as nightlights? And he's not scared at all, is he? I love that one. I think it's great. All right, you were a great listeners today. Thank you so much for spending story time with me this morning. I love doing story time with you on Tuesday mornings. Tomorrow, we're hoping to do outdoor story time, but we don't know about the weather because Friday's not looking much better. I'm hoping for tomorrow morning, but I'll probably wait until tomorrow morning to make the announcement for outdoor family story time. So just so everyone knows, watch Facebook, watch online for tomorrow morning, maybe around 9 o'clock. I'll probably make the call as to whether the weather is going to cooperate or not, because we really can't get rained on outside with books out there, books and audio equipment. But we'll probably wait until right before, because Friday doesn't look any better as a backup day. So we'll cross our fingers for good weather tomorrow to do outdoor family story time. All right. And don't forget about Librarian's Choice, where you can put in requests and we will pull books for you. If you just don't know what you're looking for or you need help pulling books, we're always happy to do that. Or if you just don't want to come in and spend time looking for books because maybe you don't want to do that right now, that's just fine too. And we'll put them on the hold shelf for you to come pick up, or you can schedule a curbside appointment. We're happy to do that. Anything from board books to early readers to picture books to chapter books to teen books to adult books. We're happy to do that. Also, you can request a preschool activity bag. And right now it's pigs, prints, and pony beads. We are starting to work on a new one, but that one won't be ready for a while, for a few weeks. And let's see, did I miss anything? I think we got all of our announcements. There's not a ton of announcements this week. Those are the main announcements. All right. And keep your eye out for a family program that'll be happening towards the end of the month with Star Wars Reads Day. That'll be a come and pack your own bag for Star Wars Reads Day. So that is on the horizon, but not quite here yet. We will make more announcements about that as we get a little closer. All right. Thanks for spending Tuesday morning. And we will, is it next week? Wow. Is it next week already? Okay. Thanks, Miss Tammi. The end of next week. Yeah, I guess you're right. The end of next week. So we will talk more about that next week. So everyone knows that it's what it is and how it works. All right. See you again, maybe tomorrow morning outside for family outdoor story time. Otherwise, we will see you same time, same place here next week, Tuesday at 10:30. Bye, everyone.